everyone. My name is Elizabeth and I am a librarian at the New Lenox Public Library. Today for Art Attack, we are going to be making rainbow trinket cases. So if you take the top off, you have a little bit of space inside to store whatever you would like. And then you just put the top back on and you have your rainbow. So I hope that you had so much fun making these rainbow trinket cases. And if you would like to share your end result with us on Facebook or tag us on Instagram at NLPL Kids, that would be great. We would love to see what you come up with.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for Art Attack today. So as you may know, the theme for Summer Learning Challenge this year is Reading Colors Your World. So we are going to create these little ceramic rainbow containers. You can store a little bit in there. And they're very cute, and this should be a very simple and fun project. So I'm going to separate them in order to start painting them. So I'm going to start out with red at the top. So just carefully going to paint. And this paintbrush is a little bit wild. So let's see how I do. I think I might need a different paintbrush because that one is just a little bit wild. This one's much easier to work with. Okay. So you're probably going to want to use a very thin paintbrush. So then your strokes will be nice and even. And you'll see, I don't know if it shows up very well on the camera here, but you can see those indents that kind of help guide you along. So I'm just kind of following along that. And I don't want to go too far down on the side here, but let's see. I think I will, because I'm going to do this all blue. So I think I will go ahead and do down to this crease red, but you can choose to do how you like it. I was thinking about doing it the light blue color, but I think I'll do it red, actually. So I'm just carefully going along the side here with red. And you definitely want to use a good paintbrush, not one that's super frayed like I was using before. Okay, I'm just trying to get the bottom kind of even. But I'll go over that with some light blue in a little bit. All right, so I've got my red stripe painted. So I'm going to move on to orange. So let's see if I have another good brush here. You can always wash your brushes and let them dry if you only have one. Excuse me, if you only have one or two brushes that are good for painting this, because you can't really use those really thick brushes. You gotta kind of use really tiny brushes. So just be careful in this next streak because that red paint might still be a little bit wet. And just take your time. And again, I'm just following along little by little with the little creases that are in, there we go, that are in the ceramic. Alright, taking that off. Okay, and now hopefully this one will be good for the yellow. Alright. This one's not too bad, just gonna have to take my time. And you just want to get a little bit of paint at a time. You don't want to glob it on, because then it's just not going to look quite as nice. All right. So now the next color that we'll be doing is green. So I'm trying to get, I think I got all the red out of this brush, and now I'm going to go in with green. And again, just take your time. Just get a little bit of paint on the brush at a time. So you have more control over where the paint's going. Alright, so we got our green parts on. Normally this would be where we would do blue, but we are going to be painting this part, this sky blue, as well as this part. So we're going to skip the blue because there's only one more section, and instead of doing blue, make sure that my brush is nice and clean before I move on to the purple. So then I'm just going to get the purple here and do this bottom part purple. So again, I'm going to go all the way to that corner edge right there. Okay. Just flipping it on the side. Okay. This inside part is a little bit trickier than the outside. Edge that was red. All right, that looks nice now. So I am going to move on to the light blue color. So I'm going to go ahead and do these clouds. And I'm going to go, as I said before, I'm going to go all the way to the edge. On all the sides. But I'm going to try not to get on the bottom because it doesn't really need any paint there because it's going to stay closed for the most part. And the paint dries really fast on this surface. Alright, I've got my first cloud done. Moving on to the next cloud. And just take your time. There's no rush. does seem that the paint dries pretty fast on this, so if you're noticing that your paint looks a little bit different colors, then it's probably just that parts of it are drying a little bit faster than other parts. So nothing to worry about. All right, so there we go. The top of my rainbow is finished. So then I'm not going to paint this bottom part. I'm just going to paint the sides, and I'm not going to paint the top either. So I'm going to use a bigger brush to make it go a little bit faster. And then I'll use the smaller brush to kind of get the details nice. So here's a little bit bigger brush. So if you have a bigger brush at home, please feel free to use that. And this is actually, even though this brush is a little frayed, it's actually working pretty well, pretty quick. All right, I already have that top part done. So I'm gonna carefully, got some paint on my fingers. I'm just gonna wipe that off really quick. And that's okay if you got a little smudge here and there. That's no big deal. All right, so I'm going to hold on to it like this and then finish up on the inside. And this is really going super fast. I did not expect it to go this fast. Okay, so hopefully you can find a really, well, not that this is a really good brush, it's not, like I said, it's kind of frayed, but hopefully you can find a brush that works really well for you at home. This part is so tricky though, because there's not a whole lot of room. All right. So it actually looks like I am done with that, and as I said, there's a couple little smudges. That's okay, not a big deal. I'm just touching up a little bit. All right, so all I have to do now is just wait for it to dry, and then I can use I think this, actually the top is already dry because it dries so quickly, but then you can go ahead and use your rainbow container, and it looks really adorable. I really hope that you had fun doing this project, and if you would like to share pictures of the project that you created, please feel free to do so on our Facebook page, which is just New Lenox Library, or also if you post a picture on Instagram, you can tag us at NLPL Kids. Again, I hope you had so much fun doing this project, and I'll see you in the next Art Attack. Goodbye.